totally unplanned, and it's kind of impromptu, so I don't really have a script or anything. This is not something I regularly do, but one of my employees gave me this mysterious, it says black gold, and has dollar, dollar, dollar sign on it. On the top it says gold, black sand, unfiltered. And the story he told me, I told him I did gold pay dirt, and he wanted to know what, you know, what he might be able to find in here. I guess his family or someone he knows had a bunch of these, and this is the last one. They shared it with him, and it's got some gold in it. So I thought this would be a good time to do some. Let me see if I can open my chat here. I don't see the chat going yet. Maybe this because there's no one there. It'll pop up. This is, again, my first time doing it, so I'm not sure what the screen's supposed to look like. But yeah, so his family, they gave him this. It's the last one. He said there's gold in here. We don't know how much there is. We don't know where it came from, except that it came from California. And so he asked me to go ahead and try to find gold in here for him. So I told him I'd go ahead, I'd just go through this dirt and see what I could find, and I'll give him whatever we find. So I'll show you what it looks like. So right here, this is the dirt. It's kind of hard to see here, but it looks like I'm gonna shine I have another camera here, another phone for work. So I got a flashlight, and I'll shine this in here so you can get a look on the inside. Looks like a lot of don't know if the camera's catching it very well, but it looks to me when I look at it, it's almost like a gold, not even a black sand, but more of like a gold color, and it looks like lots of pyrite. So very curious to find out what's in here. Again, we don't know where it's from. He's certain there's gold in there. So again, we're just gonna pan a little bit. If anyone has any questions, pop in the chat about gold baron pay dirt. I'm just gonna sit here and relax and throw this through this Dream Mat cleanup buddy. Now personally, I really like using this because when you're gold painting, I actually had a injury as a kid. My thumb, I was opening a window, just being really stupid, and I put my hands on the glass, and I was pushing the window up, and it was stuck. My hand went through the window and cut part of my thumb off. So when I do gold panning, it actually hurts my thumb quite a bit too. Oh, looks like people are coming in the chat. Hi, Amber, how are you? So yeah, it cut my thumb, and it's really difficult for me to gold pan. So this Dream Mat is amazing. I can sit, I can relax. For a lot of people, gold painting is very therapeutic. So I can come in here, I can just slowly put it in here. Usually I'll listen to music, not while I'm live streaming, but I'll just kind of sit and listen to music and kind of wash my troubles away. And then once this is all empty, then I'll have this, and I can just, pan whatever's in here. So I still get to do the gold panning, but without having to go through the process of, hurting my thumb for hours on end. So there should be some gold in here. Again, it came from California. We'll find out what we can find. Tons of pyrite in here that I can see. That, or it's a lot of gold. Let me see. I'm going to try and see if it reacts like gold. Usually when I do this, if there's gold, I can see some of it in the spoon when it gets down low, and it looks like, I can't tell, but it looks like there may be a couple of really fine pieces of gold in there. So we don't know. We'll go ahead and we'll just keep panning this to see what we can find. Amber is a very persistent troll, but that doesn't bother me at all. That's such is the world today. People love dissing other people. It does look like lots of pyrite in here. If this isn't for you, scroll on. If you love gold, I mean, gold prices right now are crazy, so if you're really interested in gold and gold panning as gold prices go up. And this is the live stream for you. Let's see. Yeah, lots of pyrite in this mystery black sand here. So I'm thinking about doing a pay dirt contest. I don't want to give too many details, but I want to do something different that the other pay dirt sellers aren't doing. And one thing I've been thinking about doing is having a contest with a gold coin as a prize at the end. And something from like the 1800s, maybe early 1900s. I've got a whole thing planned. So I'm curious if that's something people are going to be interested in. Feel free to ask any questions. Let's see. No. Gonna clean up the chat a little bit here. Too much to keep track. I don't really, like I said, I don't really care. People can come in the chat and they can see, diss the chat, but I don't know. I'm having fun. I know there are people who are interested in the channel and gold panning. That's who this channel is for. Again, with the price of gold going up right now, this is a good time to get into gold prospecting, get into gold panning. So I'm in Washington, and it's crazy. I have a friend at work. When he goes on vacation, he goes camping for the weekend. He goes gold panning everywhere, all across the state, all across Oregon, and he finds gold all the time. So with the price of gold going up, the efforts, your work pays off more now than ever before. I'm gonna turn up the flow on this a little bit here. The great thing about this Dream Map Buddy is Cleanup Buddy. You can adjust the flow. So I'm going to increase some of this flow. Let me see if I can find the dial on the back here. There we go. There we go. I wish I had a larger bin to put this in. If you want, I can probably try to bring the camera in closer. If anyone thinks that would be helpful and you want to actually see what's going on, I can try to bring the camera in closer. Again, this is my first live stream, so don't really have a permanent setup yet for this. If you're just joining, again, I'll give you kind of a look of what this dirt looks like. Some mysterious sand. Supposedly there's gold in here, and some of it just got in my hand. Supposedly there's gold in here, but the person who gave it to me doesn't know where it came from. They believe it's from California, and they believe there's gold in there. They said they had 4 or 5 of these, and don't know what we'll find. Whatever it is, I think it's going to be really, really fine gold. I don't see any gold yet trapped in here. Just looks like tons of pyrite. So we'll see at the very end. I'll pan this out and see what we find in here. Anyone got any questions about gold panning? Throw them in the chat. Ignore the haters' comments. Ooh, I see something. It looks like there might be some gold in here. Again, a lot of times when I'm using my cleanup buddy, I like to allow the water to just wash the sand and dirt off the spoon, and because the gold is really heavy, the gold will get stuck inside my spoon sometimes, even before it even gets into the actual dream mat here. And so it looks like there's some really small, fine gold. And it's washing all the dirt away, and there's a small, really fine object that's stuck in there. Maybe it's gold, maybe it's not. I'm just going to wash it off. Allow the dream mat to catch it. I think I see a piece of gold right here. So what happens is, typically, this thing is so great, it usually catches all the gold in like the top half, and I do see a little piece of shiny in there. I just dislodged it, so it's probably went deeper inside one of those grooves. We're just going to keep adding more of this mysterious black dirt, and again, if you have any questions about gold panning, ask away. I'm looking at the chat. I do own a 20-acre gold claim in Washington, so I know the process of like how to start a gold claim if that's something you're interested in. We sell our pay dirt that we take from our claim. We sell it online. We sell on Amazon. We sell it on goldbaronpaydirt.com. So if you have any interest whatsoever in gold, you want to ask about it, I'm your guy. I actually think gold's at record high levels right now, over $2,900 an ounce. I think we're going to hit $3,000 an ounce for the first time ever. I'm guessing it's going to happen in March. That's my prediction. And if you're just joining, this is a gold sluice, and for me, I love gold panning, but it hurts my thumb. I had an injury when I was a kid, so I don't I can't just gold pan for hours and hours. My thumb gets goes into a lot of pain after some time. So what I do is I will put a spoonful in here. This will catch all the gold, but will allow all the dirt that doesn't have gold in it to fall into the bin below. And then I will just pan whatever gets caught in this mat. Really just a miniature sluice. So if you watch any of those gold shows, hey, Flash in Your Pan, welcome. Yes, yeah, the Prospector's Dream Cleanup Buddy. Okay, so how's that one? How's that different than the Dream Mat Cleanup Buddy? Is it different, or is it the same one? This is my first live stream, by the way. So for people who are joining, Flash in Your Pan is like a legend in the gold panning community. He's got 7,000 subscribers. He does videos all the time. He does live streams. He has a Patreon. Go follow him on Patreon. He's got different tiers. You can sign up, and I'm sure he has prizes and things like that. He has private shows. I am new to the gold prospecting community. I do know a lot about gold, but I'm not at his level. So definitely welcome to join this chat. And it's my first live stream, so since you just joined, I'll kind of tell you what's going on here. So one of my employees, the Gold Baron Pay Dirt's kind of a side job for us. So I have another full-time job. I told one of our new employees about Gold Baron Pay Dirt, and he said he had this, I don't know, it looks like the writing's reversed, but he's got this black gold $$ sign, and he said that family member gave it to him. Says gold, black sand, unfiltered. So, hey Gene, how are you? Welcome. This is our first live stream. I was just telling Flash in Your Pan that one of my employees gave me this. Someone gave it to him. He's got gold in it. He doesn't know where it came from. It's from California, but that's all he knows. Supposedly there's gold in here. He doesn't know how to gold pan it, so he asked me if I would do it for him, and I said, hey, sure, maybe I'll do a live stream. So this is my first live stream, just to see what might be in here. So it's kind of impromptu. Literally told me about it yesterday and gave it to me this morning. And so I'm just doing my first ever live stream. Just kind of threw together a random setup. I don't have like a studio or anything yet. So yeah, good to see you guys here. Hopefully this is as entertaining as you guys are used to. I know I was telling the chat, I was telling everybody, Flash in Your Pan, he's he's a legend. So now I'm in the company of, we got Gold Baron royalty, we got Flash in Your Pan is like the true royalties here. So this dirt looks like it has tons of pyrite in it. Tried to show it on the camera. I haven't really seen much gold in here. I usually kind of try to peek in my spoon as it pushes stuff off, but this is what the dirt looks like. Just random. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Flash in Your Pan. Yeah, so it's just got. You can't really see it very well with the lighting in here, but when I'm shining it in the light, it looks like it's pure pyrite, and it's just mica and stuff like that. But my employee believes there's gold. Don't know the full story of where it came from. I was also talking about, like, so I can't remember if I said this while Gene was in here, but oh, thank you, Flash in Your Pan. Yeah, so I got a thumb injury as a kid. I was opening a window and my hand went through the window and it cut my thumb. So I actually can't spend hours and hours and hours gold panning. I know some of the best reviewers like Miller Prospecting. He only uses the pan from start to finish. I can't do that. It just hurts my thumb too much by the end of it. So that's why these sluices are so great for people like me. It's very therapeutic. It's relaxing. I can just sit. And I like to cheat. I let the water wash all the dirt off of the spoon. I look for little pieces of gold, little specks in the spoon, hoping to see one. And then when it's all done, I just have the mat. I clear it out. Oh, thank you, Gene. So this is because this is my first live stream. I've joined other people's live streams. I usually try to be active in the comments when I can. And I would like to know, what questions you guys have for Gold Baron Pay Dirt. We're a somewhat new pay dirt seller. So this is a great opportunity to just start asking questions if you want to know about me, about my family, where we're from. Oh, thank you, Gene. I think I'm already subscribed to you, but I'll double check after the live stream. And if I'm not, I will subscribe to you. I got a question for you guys. So I never really know. So there's the pressure. You can change the water flow, increase or decrease the water flow. How do you know? How do you know if it's too much water flow or too little? So comment in the chat how you adjust the flow to yours. I'm curious. Thank you for the subscription. Watch how it dances in the cells. Okay. I'm going to bring the camera forward real quick to show people what Flash in Your Pan's talking about. Let me get my spoon empty here. I don't want to spill any of that. Okay. Give a little lesson here. So you found that the Dream Mat likes it hot. Okay, yeah. So turn up that pressure. All right. So I'm going to try. I have this on like a kind of a tripod so we can see if we can get close. So one of the cool things about how this works is gold's really heavy. So as it comes through here, it's heavier than water, and the Dream Mat's designed to obstruct the flow of the water. So it's going to allow the water to keep going, but the water loses some of its speed and it drops the gold and heavy materials into these grooves where it's losing the speed of the water. So my question now, Flash in Your Pan, you said you watch how it moves in the cells. So like, what are you looking for? You want to see it like shooting it up, or you want to see it kind of slowing? How do you know when too much is too much or too little is too little? Like, so you're looking at the individual cells. What do you want to see it doing? Another tip, well, if I don't know if he's typing or not, but another tip that I've heard is it is good to classify your material you to different levels. You don't want like I've heard it does really well at all the different sizes, but you don't necessarily just want to like dump a mix of different sizes all in there at the same time. So if you classify it down and you have some of it's really fine sand, and then you have some like medium sized sand, and then you got the larger gravel, just put them through this, separately, and I've heard that will make it more effective. So correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, please. Look for the material dancing out the black sand. So the color migrates down, turn down the... Okay, that got you. Okay. Yeah, so basically, yeah, if you see the gold getting further and further down, it should be catching it all near the top. So if you have too much flow, you're going to start seeing gold further towards the bottom. Slow down the flow. That makes sense. This is a pretty small container, so I don't know how long this live stream is going to go. Unless people have lots of questions and the conversation's running hot, then we'll speed up the flow of the conversation and we'll allow that to go. But this channel, I wasn't really intending to do a lot of live streams because I'm a pay dirt seller primarily. I'm not a pay dirt reviewer. I watched a stream from Miller Prospecting. If you're looking for a reviewer, Miller Prospecting, he's like, go subscribe to him, check out his website. He's got a Patreon as well. If you're looking for someone who reviews gold pay dirt, Miller Prospecting is like, for me, like best in class. And so I was on his live stream last night, and he was talking about reviewers that, not reviewers, pay dirt sellers that review their own product. So they review somebody else's product, goes, oh, this is terrible, and then they go, oh wow, but check out this product that I made, 5 stars out of 5. I mean, of course it's going to be 5 stars out of 5 stars. Everyone's going to be happy. I love my product. So because I'm primarily a seller and not primarily a reviewer, I'm generally not going to be doing live streams reviewing other competitors or even myself. Yeah, Dylan. So Dylan is the Dylan of Miller Prospecting. He's a great guy, honest. He does a lot of work to make sure that his uniformity and how he does his reviews. So there's a standard process he goes through, so everyone gets reviewed the same way on the same criteria. And he's always got some great conversation going on in his chats. Now I forgot what I was talking. Oh yeah, so basically like this channel, like I might like jump on and do something like this from time to time. I would love to do live streams from my gold claim, but there's no cell service, so I'd have to get something like Starlink. So right now I don't have plans to do any live streams that are claim. I'm not going to review my own product. I'm not going to review other people's products. But when there are special circumstances arrive, those of you just joining, one of my employees gave me this random. He heard that I did pay dirt, and so he's like, "Oh, I have this thing full of black sand, and it's got gold in it. I don't know how much is in there. I don't know where it's. I know it's from California, but I have no idea what the story is behind it. Can you go through it and get the gold out for me?" So I said I would. I thought, oh, this would be a great opportunity to, do a live stream, answer any questions. But yeah, I don't really have intentions of like doing reviews or panning too often, especially my full-time job keeps me pretty busy. What the content of this channel is going to be primarily, I'm going to check on this here. Service can be pretty bad in a lot of areas in Southwest Washington. Yep, yeah. So I'm in, my claim is in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. So it's a huge national forest. There aren't a lot of cell phone towers in the forest. So once we get into the, it takes me about an hour and a half to get there. And once that last like half hour of the drive, we start losing service, and can't live stream. But that's what we'll do. Is that's why I want to have more of like a long form video content. Kind of like I really like. I used to watch Casey Neistat. He's a great YouTuber, and I used to watch a lot of Peter McKinnon. He's a photographer, so I really like their style, like their daily vlog style, where you're just kind of going on adventures with them. And I don't see a lot of paid people doing that. Maybe Mike at Gold Nugget Sales, the gold vlog, he does that kind of. Where did I get the sluice box from? So I actually got this. There's a, you might see him sometimes in the chats that I've seen you and flashing your pan in a lot of the other people's chats. So I got this. This is a dream mat, and I got it from Bierman's Prospecting. So Bierman, he has a YouTube channel. You can go subscribe to him. He actually is my neighbor, just about. So he lives about like a mile down the road from me. When I first started gold panning, I was buying things online. I wasn't part of the community, and he introduced me to our local. I was driving home, and like there was a little A-frame outside of his house, and it said, or outside of his business, and it said, gold panning. And I was like, oh, there's a gold panning store next to my house. Like I already been getting interested in it, so I stopped by, and he introduced me to our local gold prospecting club, and now I see him in all the, I've seen some of his reviews online. He's always joining the different places. But yeah, Flash in Your Pan was saying it's from it's the Cleanup Buddy. It's from Prospector's Dream, but I like to buy from other paid sellers and from other. Not necessarily going straight to the manufacturer, because when I bought it from Bierman, basically he has a deal with Prospector's Dream, and they sell it to him for like $5 less, and then he sells it at retail price, and so it's supporting a small business and a local, keeping a small paid business alive, while still also, obviously like Prospector's Dream's getting their profit too, so kind of supporting everybody at the same time. And supporting someone local. So that's where I got mine. I went into it literally just a mile down from my house and bought it from him. He gave me a great deal. It was like $85 or something. So really not very expensive. And again, for me, it was introductory at that time. I didn't have my gold claim yet. And I was like, how much money do I want to spend on this? I didn't know if I'm going to buy. It's kind of the same age-old question you have with like a metal detector too. Like if I go buy a metal detector, am I going to spend $200-$300 and then just find a bunch of nails and like never find, like I'm spending more money on the metal detector than I am gonna find? And actually no, like if you buy the metal detector, you're probably it's gonna pay for itself, and if you get good materials and you're actually going out and you're gold panning frequently, it'll pay for itself eventually. Just depends on how rich your area is. So yeah, this is a great introductory level, something you can do at home. I'm in my house. I'm not too worried that it's gonna make a mess in my house. I'll probably do the gold panning in my garage when I clean up the map, but just because I don't want to make a mess. I got a wife and 2 kids. My son is 1 year old. He just started walking within the last month, and then my daughter's 3 years old. So we already have enough messes as it is, and if I made a mess, it would just get bigger as they joined and started interacting with it. So let me read yeah, Bierman is awesome. Yeah, $85.95 plus shipping and handling. Yep. I use it all the time. So I would highly recommend Bierman. He's a really great guy. He has his own YouTube. He just started a YouTube. His grandchildren, I think his 2 grandsons just started their own pint-sized panners. So I'd encourage you to go check them out. It's really cute. Sometimes they do little AI videos, and they have their own pater, and they have their own stickers. The logo that they have is like a little kid in a cave with the mining thing on. So it's cool. Like one of the reasons I started getting into gold panning is, like I said, I have 2 kids too, and I love camping. I love to go hiking, and it's one of those things that I want to spend time outdoors. As my kids get older, I want to spend time outdoors with them. And sometimes, when you set up your camp and you're camping, you're sitting there and there's not a lot to do. But if you are by a stream, we can go gold panning. So it's another like outdoor activity I can do with my kids. Read the chat here. Oh yeah, get to bed. I know it's pretty late if you're over near the East Coast. I'm actually from New Hampshire originally. I'm in Washington now, so it's not super late here. My wife's taking care of the kids in the other room. Gonna be starting their bedtime routine pretty soon. That's another reason why I don't think I'll be live streaming a ton, at least not on a regular schedule. Is when I get home from work, and my wife's a stay-at-home mom. She's been taking care of the kids all day, and the kids been waiting for dad to come home all day. So I want to, one, I'm tired from work and I want to rest, but two, I want to help kind of with take care of the kids and let my wife rest a little bit. So right now she's got full. I can't tell if that's gold in here or not. She's in full mom mode, and I'm out here on the live stream panning gold and having fun, you know. And so it's I want to probably won't do it regularly. Yeah, have a good night. So Gene, just like I guess it's you and two other mysterious non-commenters in the background. So Gene, do you have any questions about Gold Baron Pater or anybody else in the chat? If you guys have questions about Gold Baron Pater, and it's my first live stream, so this is a great opportunity to ask questions. And I'm running out of material here, so I'll be probably ending soon. How much do I charge for my Pater? Okay, that's a great question. So I'm just going to stop this for a second to answer that one. So I have several levels of Pater. I don't have a bag on me. They're in my garage. But we have like a really small beginner's bag. And if you buy it on our website, so goldbaronpater.com, the small bags, they're $17. It's not a good ROI. So if you're not a beginner, so I'll answer your question for like the higher end Pater in a minute. But like just kind of go from like small to big. So our small bags are $17. It's about $10 worth of gold in there, $10, $12 worth of gold. So the ROI is not that great, but it's small. It's supposed to be like a stocking stuffer, something you give to a kid. So your focus really isn't on ROI. It's more about like, hey, I've never done gold painting before. I don't want to like overwhelm my kids. Hey, Hazel. Want to say hi?
Yes.
Yes, she's saying hi. So I wouldn't want to like overwhelm my daughter with a huge bag of Pater. And so the shipping is really like going to cost just as much as the gold is. It's just not the best ROI. We have a quarter-gram bag, same thing, where it's like more designed for beginners. There's not a lot of gold in there, and shipping's just going to be a terrible factor. But anything 1 gram or more, I charge spot price. So on my phone, I have a widget on the home screen that shows me. Okay, don't touch it. Okay. It shows me the live price of gold. And so I will like change the price of our Pater bags, like literally, I probably changed it like 3 or 4 times yesterday and today, because yesterday it went up to $95 a gram for spot price. Right now it's like 93. So what I usually do is I take whatever spot price is. Okay. That's gonna do this right now. So whatever spot price is, I round down usually to the nearest dollar. So if it was like $94.80, I'd be selling it for $94, and then I do charge shipping on top of that because I want, if you buy 3 bags, I can put them in one package and you save on shipping. I have a channel store. Oh, so she said hi to everybody. I don't have a channel like on YouTube yet. I don't have enough subscribers or viewers because the channel is brand new, so I haven't gotten all the hours of views that I need to actually have a channel store on the YouTube. But if you go to goldbaronpater.com, we have our store there, and you can just buy directly on our website. Some of it's on Amazon as well. I'm just going to get the rest of this in here. But we do custom bags as well. So because I don't want to, we're brand new, I don't have the like packaging yet. I'd like to do like a 3 gram bag. I'd like to do a 5 gram, a 10 gram, but I don't have it all set up on my website. So you can go on there and do a custom order. If you want a 5 gram bag, it's spot price. 10 gram bag, spot price. So whatever you want, you tell me what you need, and I'll do a custom order for you. But anything above, as soon as you hit spot price, as soon as you hit 1 gram, everything's spot price after that. I want to have the best ROIs. So you could do, like, I have a YouTube video. I did a 1 ounce. Someone wanted a whole ounce in one bag. So I charged them spot price plus shipping. I am in Washington, so you have to pay taxes on that. That's nothing I can control. But literally, your spot, shipping was $11 or whatever. For it's $10.85 for me to put in a padded flat rate envelope. From USPS. So $11 shipping on a 20 at the time it was $2,400. His ROI was over 100%, well over 100% because I put more than an ounce in there. So yeah, let me see if I can. Let me put a link in here. I don't know how to. This is my first live stream, so I don't know if I can chat. It's disconnected. I don't even know. So I'm on my phone, so I don't even know how to. Let me see if I can do it. Maybe someone can type it in there for me. www.goldbaronpater.com. Let me see. I can't figure this out. Yeah, I'm on my phone. So what's this arrow do? Is this a share button? Yeah, it's a share button. I can't type it. I'll find a way to send you a link though outside of this chat. Maybe like I said, I think I'm subscribed to you. You can click on any of my click on the channel when we're done. Go to my channel. You just subscribe to me. But usually there's usually a link to our site somewhere in the video descriptions and on the channel description. So there are links available. I'll have to live stream from my computer next time. I was curious what the live stream experience was on a phone. I'm surprised that there isn't a chat on the bottom that I can type. I don't know. Maybe people usually maybe most people do a phone and a laptop at the same time. I don't know. I'm trying to there's a little bit of dirt still left in here. I'm trying to rinse it out. Yeah, just go to just about any of my videos. So I have videos showing our claim. I have videos. I lost my gold claim this year, so I had to get it back. So there's a video about that. But I want to do my videos, I was saying this earlier, I want to do my videos in the style of some of the, something I don't really see other pay dirt sellers doing. So I want to show a different perspective and not just do pay dirt, but I've been to 22 countries. I love international travel. I used to have a travel channel, and I used to do Snapchat and Facebook, and I've paid for followers to go on trips. I had a contest, and I brought I did a drawing, and one of my followers drew their name out of literally drew their name out of a hat, and I said you can bring one other person. I paid for their airfare, and her mom came, and took them on a trip to Mexico, and actually my family came too. I rented a house that fit up to 12 people. And I told everyone I knew, I was like, hey, if you want to come, you just got to pay your airfare. Obviously not the winner, but everybody else. And so I want to start doing stuff like that again too. Make travel videos. What's it like to travel with the family now? I want to do photography. I'll do some more videos about that. I have a very unique approach to photography that I've never seen anybody do. I make huge photos. Let me see. Get dirt out while dumping rock from side to side. Get dirt out while walking. I can't tell if that's a question or a statement. I'm trying to think, get the dirt out of here while dumping rock. Oh, I see, like this. Well, the problem is, there's this lip here on the top. So there's a little tiny bit of sand in there, and then there's the groove. There's the groove that it screws on, and then there's a lip that's this tall. So I don't know if I'll be able to get the rest of this dirt out. I mean, there's very little in there. I'll probably just not worry about it. I'm gonna take all the tailings and probably put it back in there too, because like I was saying, this is from one of my employees. He doesn't know how to gold pan. He's just curious what was in here. So I did not see any big pieces of gold. If there is anything, it's going to be really fine. I don't see any shiny in here. Again, it's just kind of this mystery sand that he didn't even know where it came from. A family member gave it to him. And it was pretty mica and pyrite heavy. So even if I did see something reflecting in here, I'll give you guys a view. Even if there is something shiny in there, it's probably pyrite. So I was like super curious because he was like, "Oh yeah, I can't remember if his brother or his cousin. Someone gave him like, oh, this has gold in it," and he's just been super curious for years, just kind of holding on to it. But I'll turn this off. Yeah. Any other questions about gold bearing pay dirt? Right now, we have a few videos on my channel. It's brand new, mainly focusing on like our gold claim. Yeah, I do have a snuffer bottle. I was actually thinking the same thing. I'll go ahead and I'll do that. That's a good idea. It's a brand new bottle. But we have videos like showing people our claim. We have the videos of when I lost the claim, just kind of going through the process of like me discovering, I filed a day late. I thought it was due, the paperwork was due to the Bureau of Land Management on the 31st. It was due on the 30th. I don't know why they would do that. So I lost my claim. I had to get it back. And I have a video I filmed, but I haven't released it yet. The first time I went to my gold claim, I got lost. So that's something I need to edit. So I'm just gonna use the snuffer bottle here. And I'm going to try and see if I can get the very last bit of sand out here. Get some water in here. See if I can get the very last bit. I want to do my employee right. Well, looks like just about all of it's floating. So it's probably not gold. I want to do my employee right. If there is gold in here, I want to get everything I can for him. Yeah, there's no gold. It's just like really floaty stuff. But like I said, I want to do them right, so I'll just throw it in here. It's the last bit of it. This is the only sluice that I currently that I own, and I really need one. I just made a YouTube short. I think I released it 2 days ago. I was on my gold claim. It's still fairly new to us. Within the last year, I barely get to pan when I'm there. And because I'm collecting pay dirt to sell. And so I always just try to find new spots, read the river, find areas where the dirt's like rocks are collecting and the river's dropping material. And I found this big rock, and right behind the rock, downstream, it's just depositing all these big rocks, and just a huge pile. It's like a sandbar where it's dropping off all this material. So I got my last pay dirt from that spot, and I just got a whole bucket full from there. And I really would like to go back there and just get a sluice and set it up and see what I can find. Hopefully there's nuggets. Hey, Lord Shadow. Catching us just at the end. This is my first live stream. Gene is here, and then Flash in Your Pan was here earlier, so I really appreciate having people join for my first ever live stream. Great opportunity to just ask questions, because I haven't had a question and answer yet since this is my first live stream. Basically, one of a new hire at my work was given this bottle years ago, and it says gold, black sand, unfiltered, black gold, $. He says it's from California, but that's all he knows, and he was just told there was gold in here, but he doesn't know how to gold pan. I had mentioned that I have a gold pay dirt business, so he asked me to pan it for him and see what I could find. So I'm gonna go through this later. I probably won't, because I can't pan it right here. I won't pan it for you guys, but I'm gonna look and try and see what gold I can find. Hopefully there's something. I didn't see anything. It was a lot of mica and pyrite, but I'm gonna finally answer that question for him of whether or not there's gold, and give him whatever I find. I'll put it in a little vial if there's anything. So, but I am done going through it, so I don't have anything else. I will be doing. I'm going to be doing another live stream, not tonight. Like I was saying, I'm not really keen to do reviews of other pay dirt sellers because I'd be too biased. I mean, I think I could be fair and unbiased, but that's I'm gonna always gonna come across as biased regardless of how unbiased I believe I am. Yeah, I am definitely gonna do a lot more videos. Hey, Geezer. Yeah, I kind of catching the end, but I do want to do another. So I was just saying, I do want to do another live stream. I follow Backyard Prospecting, and I'm one of his Patreon members, and I won. He did a 2024 bag. I got it in my room. I might go grab it, but and he only made 4 of them. So I was like, oh, that'd be great. It's not a review of someone else's product. It's just, hey, check this out. Let's see what it is. There's only 4, so not a lot of people got to experience that bag. It's just a limited edition. So I'll probably do a live stream of that, but I don't have a lot of plans to continue doing live streams. Um, Better than not paying anything. You're paying your own gravels. Oh, in your store, in your live streams you do. Yes, I've considered it. I've considered doing our own product. I was mentioning earlier how Miller Prospecting. Dylan was saying, Klesh likes to review his own product, and it's like, well, it's kind of biased, but I think it's not necessarily. I guess my point being, I'm not going to do reviews in live streams. It doesn't mean I'm not going to pan. I like the community aspect of it. I like the conversation and the chat, and so I don't have to be reviewing for us to be doing something like this where I'm just gonna, we sit, we relax. It's very therapeutic for me, so we're just gonna sit, relax, and go through some Gold Baron pay dirt from our claim together, or just from wherever I may travel and bring some pay dirt back from. So yeah, I'll probably still do some for fun, not for an all right. Yeah, same for me. So I mean, I like that's one of the things. Okay, so I am gonna make a YouTube video about this. I'm really happy that Mike at Gold Nugget Sales, and if you want to follow him on YouTube, it's called the Gold Vlog. He is an excellent pay dirt seller. He's an excellent gold seller, and he just introduced his weekender bag. So it's a 7-pound bag. It's not. He said there's no guarantee. He's still gonna put some gold in there. Like there's gonna be some gold. So you're not gonna get a bag of nothing. Uh, it takes some guts to do that because there are reviewers that's all they care about is ROI, and that's all they talk about. It's like the only thing they graded on, and I think they're missing out on. There's a large segment of people who like gold panning because they like gold panning. It's not ROI is not the only thing. So what's great about the weekender bag that Mike made is that you can get a big bag for a decent price and enjoy the gold panning experience without spending $300. So that's what I really like. So I was really apprehensive about the idea of selling any pay dirt that was not guaranteed, and someone was insisting like, oh, I really want you to please do that, and I was like, I really don't want to. And now I have to do it where it's like, so for me, like I have a 5-gallon bucket that people can buy. So if you want a 5-gallon bucket and you want a troy ounce of gold in there, I charge spot price. So anything over 1 gram, I charge spot price. So you want a 3-gram bag, go onto my website, goldbaronpaydirt.com, say, hey, I want a 3-gram bag. As long as you're not asking for like really big gold. So the larger gold gets more expensive because it becomes, if you were to buy a 3-gram nugget, it's a unique piece. There's no other 3-gram nugget with that shape and that story. So once you start getting larger gold, I would have to charge more. But if you said, hey, I want, three troy ounces in 1 bag, I'm going to charge you spot price for that. Anyways, yeah, so I have my 5-gallon buckets, and so I'm trying to think what's a fair price for that. But someone was telling me I don't really want it, except for I would like to have something that it's just for myself. It's not for reviews. It's just I can take that the 5 gallon bucket. It's about 50 pounds, so it'd be like 51 pound bags, and that gives them like a month and a half. We can do a pound a day for a month and a half for $200 or something like that. So that's something that I think that pay dirt reviewers are scaring pay dirt sellers from doing the no guarantee bags or a low ROI bag, because for a lot of people it's just like red flag, warning signs, it's a scam. And it's not if the intent of the product is made clear. So if I say, hey, I'm letting you know, I'm upfront about it, this is not a high ROI bucket of pay dirt. This is intended for people who just enjoy the pay dirt experience, to get a large amount of material. It's coming from a gold claim. I'm going to add some gold just so that you're not like, you go through it and get nothing. And enough to make it fun, but there's no guarantee amount. So some of them might have a little more, some I have a little bit less. So I think there's a segment of pay dirt buyers and customers out there. Like I have a great relationship with my customers. He's in Texas. You can't go gold panning out on the river. There's no gold panning there. So he had gone to California and he really, really enjoyed panning out in the river, and he wants to do that at home. And he doesn't necessarily want to spend, again, like $300 to get a 3 gram bag that's going to be 108% ROI. He just doesn't have that kind of money to do that every weekend. So I think we need more pay dirt sellers like Mike at Gold Nugget Sales to have the guts to say, hey, this is not a high ROI bag. This is intended for people to just enjoy the process. And I think really the way to do that is it has to be a high volume. So again, like that's why I want to do like the big buckets or like the 7 pound bag from Mike. It's like, hey, this is a big bag. It's got you're not getting a lot of gold, but you're getting a lot of material. And so basically the pay dirt sellers have to have the guts to do it. And they have to have the integrity to say like, hey, it's not searched, it's not about ROI, and they have to make it really clear in the description. And then we need pay dirt reviewers who understand that concept to actually go out there and say, hey, I'm going to review this bag. The seller was very intentional about saying that this is not a high ROI. So I'm going to review it with that in mind. We're not going to focus on ROI. Let's focus on how much fun it is. So let me read some of the comments here. I've been talking for a little while, but this is something, like I said, this is something I want to make a YouTube video about. Let's see. Gonna PM what you find. Yep. Yeah. So you're saying Mike's your favorite. Nobody else is bringing real Australian gold and Aussie. I mean, that's the great thing. Like I love watching Mike's videos where he does it. So I said earlier, I want to make videos that are that vlogger style. I like Casey Neistat. I like Peter McKinnon. They're great YouTubers where it's like you come in, you got this great intro, you got the music, and then you see them and like they have these like rapid shots of them like making their coffee really quick, and then they're going out to their vehicle and then they're going on an adventure. And Mike at Gold Nugget Sales, he does that. You get to see him travel to Colorado, and he travels to different areas and he goes to different areas, and it's cool that he has real Australian gold. That's expensive to import, so he's putting some time and effort. You're may not be getting I don't know what the ROI on those bags are, but because of the import costs, it's probably not quite as good an ROI, but you get to experience the pay dirt experience of doing something different from a different claim in a different area. And that's, again, like for the people who really want to enjoy pay dirt and they don't only care about ROI, that's fantastic that Mike does that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any of his 7-pounders. I was kind of hoping to win one in the one of the live streams. I think it was Miller Prospecting. 1.5 grams of fine gold for every 40 quarter-inch class 5 gallon buckets you shovel. Yeah, so that's the thing. So that's the other thing that I think a lot of people don't realize. They think that if I sell unsearched pay dirt from my claim, it's just going to be, super gold rich, right? So they just think they're going to get a 1-pound bag, and then I'm going to add 1 gram, and they're going to find another gram in there. And if they don't find a ton of gold, the pay dirt seller is a scammer. But if you think about it, And I like to watch some of the Gold Rush shows, and uh, again, that kind of got me into pay dirt. You'll watch that show, and they'll do 12 hours where they have like excavators and this big equipment, and they're just digging like digging into the mountainside. And it'll be like a 12-hour day where they're just using all these excavators and bulldozers, dumping and dumping and dumping dirt from like Alaska rich soil. And they go, oh, we got half an ounce today. So people, I think they think that like, every pay dirt seller and every, like, they have this, like, our gold claim is just super rich and I'm just, drowning in gold. But the reality of it, I think I read online somewhere that if you find a really good spot, like a really great spot, I think for like per ton, or maybe it was for 2 tons, you'll get about an ounce. And so if you do the math on that, a 1 pound bag would have like a tenth of a gram in it. So actually, my small prospector claim bags have like they're richer than the most like some of the most rich gold mining places in the world. So people don't realize just how little, like how much material you actually have to go through to get a good amount of gold. Colorado, Nevada, Alaska. Yeah, yeah, I love Mike. So that's the other thing. So some of you guys weren't in the chat earlier. Um, when I first got into gold prospecting, I didn't know the community. I didn't know any of you yet, and I was driving home from work, and there was an A-frame sign on the side of the road that said "Gold Panning Equipment." And Bierman's Prospecting. You've probably seen him in in some of the different chats and live streams. He has his own channel. Bierman's Prospecting. He actually lives like a mile or two down the road from me. So I saw him on my way home from work, and I stopped in, and he's the one that sold me. I think you can probably buy him on his website. He sold me this Prospector's Dream Cleanup Buddy, and he introduced me to my local gold prospecting club, which is actually in the end, I actually got my gold claim through them. They couldn't afford their fees on all their clubs, so they gave me their gold claim. But it's through Bierman's Prospecting that I got into this. And again, so he's like 2 miles down the road. And so I'm researching all these different pay dirt companies, and I'm looking at Mike at Gold Nugget Sales, and I scroll down, and at the very bottom of his website, he has his address, and his address is a P.O. box in Longview, Washington, and I live in Longview, Washington. So I was like, no way, Gold Nugget Sales and goldnuggetsforsale.com, like those are pretty prominent websites, like if not like to me, some of the number one websites for buying gold is in the town that I live in. And so I couldn't believe it. So I've actually met him in person a couple times when he was dropping off pay dirt for deliveries. So I could actually buy directly from him and save on shipping because I met him at the post office while he was sending out his orders. So yeah, Mike is he's the real deal. Yeah, and I don't have him on Facebook. That's because I don't have Facebook. I got rid of my Facebook like 5 years ago. So I'll probably maybe get back on social media just for the business. So I'll have like a maybe an Instagram page and a Facebook page, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm still growing. It's put a lot of time and effort into the website, and I'm starting to do the YouTube. You should probably do the multi multi-pronged attack and do everything all at once, but it takes a lot of work to do all this and edit videos. So I haven't done that yet, but so I don't have him on Facebook, but yeah, Mike's the real deal. I always what I like about this pay dirt community is it really is like a family. Like, so I see Weez and Geezer TV in different chats. You guys all know this because we've all talked, like Lord Shadow, Gene, earlier, Flash in Your Pan. Like, people get into the chats, we talk, we have conversations, and people promote each other. I don't think that what's unique about pay dirt is it's not a competition, right? I'm not trying to like get sales so that Culver Prospecting or Mike at goldnuggetsales.com, I'm not trying to like get the sales that they're trying to get, because with pay dirt, we have people like Weez and Geezer who he wants to try the pay dirt from Australia. He wants to try the pay dirt from Colorado, from Nevada, from Washington. And then he wants to try the pay dirt from Culver. He wants to try the pay dirt from Chris at Gold Gold Baron Pay Dirt. You want to try the different dirts from the different companies because they're different they're different composition, right? So some of them have more gravel and larger rocks. Some have smaller rocks. Some are really dirty. Some are not dirty. Some are more like beach sand. Um, we have so like ours comes from our gold claim, but I also mix it with sands from like the Columbia River because like our gold claim has a lot. It's like very rocky. If you've seen our videos, there's like a lot of like big rocks, and I get some dirt and gravel and sand out of there, but it's also really wet, so I can dry it out. So like there's beach sands and Columbia River sands, and that helps dry it out. So like it's like each pay dirt is unique, and see, yeah, Goodluck says, yeah, I can. We can definitely tell. Price, stock, and pay. Yeah, he's amazing. But yeah, and exactly. We all promote each other, and that's why, like again, like I don't feel like anybody's competition. We're all we're all a family. We can promote each other. I've thrown out like all my favorites in this live stream. So I talked about backyard prospecting, Miller prospecting, gold nugget sales, Culver, troubled one. Uh, Flash in your pan. I was talking him up earlier. Oh, thank you, Gene. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I used to make um, videos on my other YouTube channel. It's been years. Ever since I got married, I haven't really made a lot of videos. But before I got married, when I was single, I was really into international travel. So I've been to 22 countries. I have something called my last name is Burns, so it's Travel with Burns. And I took, I had contests. I brought people to Mexico. I took another. When I say people, I took followers. I had contests, and so took someone to Mexico. I took someone to Las Vegas. Paid for their airfare, paid for them to have a hotel. Um, and I've gone all around the world. I really enjoyed making videos. I don't know if they're like A plus quality content, but maybe like B minus, but I'm getting better at it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So I really want to make videos about gold pay dirt. I want to do videos about international travel, and I want to do videos about photography. I'm going to leave just real quick. I'll be right back. If you can be patient, I want to show you. So I have a unique form of photography nobody else does. So I'll be right back. I got to go in my garage and get it. It's like huge picture of the town I live in. So hold on. So again, my goal is to be unique. Not every pay dirt seller has to be the exact same thing. Do not adjust my set. We'll resume them. Yeah. Should have had like a little error screen on, like our program will resume shortly. So basically, like, a lot of the pay dirt sellers, they just do gold prospecting. And I feel like, I like Peter McKinnon. He's a photographer, but he also does stuff about coffee. And it's just interesting. He loves magic tricks. So he has like three different things he's really into. So for me, it's pay dirt, travel, and photography. So this is a photo I did of the town I live in. And it's huge, like huge. And what's interesting about it, let me see if I can, I don't know if I can even, I can't fit it in this space. Let me see if I can get my camera closer. But what's interesting about this photography is, here, let me see. I'm gonna set it up on this chair. So this picture, I don't know how familiar you guys are with photography, but like, let's say you buy the nicest camera and it's like 50 megapixels, right? This picture is 1,500 megapixels, and it's over, or it might be just under, but 1.5 billion pixels. So this is like the miniature version of it. If I were to print this full size at 300 dots per inch, it would be. I have another one that would be like, it'd be like 20 feet tall and 40 feet wide. So, and that would be like no loss of resolution. So normally when you look at a billboard, it only looks normal because you're really far away. And if you zoomed in close, it would be like the pixels would be like this big when you print. This is literally loses detail because it's. Hopefully I don't reconnect. Okay, so here's the picture. So you can see, I'm gonna get real close. This is Mount St. Helens. So this is the town I live in, Longview, Washington. This is Mount St. Helens. And And again, like there's like crazy levels of detail. If I get closer, I don't know if the camera's going to get it well while we're live, or if you don't have a perfect connection. But this is like a huge photo. This is Mount Rainier. So I want to do like videos about like how it's called ultra large format photography. It's usually like, oh, the print is 20 inches by 40 inches. And again, like I have photographs that are 20 feet by 40 feet. I just can't afford, like if I was to print it at full size, it would cost ten or $20,000 just to print it. So if I were to ever sell it, it would be like $100,000 photo. So that's something else that like eventually I'm going to start doing more videos about. But I see, people are going to bed. I think soon. This is getting to be a bit longer of a video. It sounds like I'm glitching too, so maybe my internet's not that great. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream for tonight. Thank you again so much for joining. If you're new, subscribe, hit the like button. But thank you guys for joining my live stream today. But have a good night, everybody. Thanks for joining. And this is the Gold Baron at Gold Baron Pater.